Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Two races remain in the regular season of the SCSRA Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series. Tonight, these drivers head to the Brickyard, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Coverage begins right now with the pre-race show. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joshua King. With me in the booth, as always, is NIS Daytona 500 champion Matt Drafty Beef Everard. Drafty, let's hear about this iconic track that is Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Going to be loosey-goosey, as I like to say out there, Drafty. Appreciate all the amazing details, as always. Always interesting to hear that from you, and always reliable on it. Appreciate that. Drafty, if we can now, let's pull up the point standings coming into this evening. This will begin shortly, but first we're going to get some interviews with those guys that are in the orange section there fighting for playoff position. And first, we're going to get with the 92 of Travis Burton. Travis, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir. How's it going?
Going well. We see you riding around in practice in that Raising Cane's 92 Ford Mustang. You saw a teammate of yours last week clinch playoffs, if you will. What's your goal tonight to kind of get out of that orange cut line area and make it a little bit more comfortable going into the last race of the regular season?
I mean, my goal tonight is probably somewhere in the top 5. I feel like depending on who's in that top 5, if I finish there, I should be able to borderline lock myself into the playoffs come tomorrow or come next week. And hopefully I can at least finish the race next week and pretty much be in the playoffs.
That's a good strategy, good plan. And right now you got that 92 fourth quick on the board in practice. Of course, anything can happen, but are you experienced here at Indianapolis? I know it's a lot different than a lot of ovals. What's your feelings on the track overall?
I mean, I say I'm pretty experienced here. And when it comes to my goals, this whole race, I'm going to try to save that right front just because it does get tight later in the run. And hopefully I can keep it managed to where I'm not pushing up to the wall too much. And honestly, I feel like whoever's going to have the best long run pace is going to win this race.
I would have to agree with you, sir. We'll let you get back to work here. We don't want to keep you too long. But before we do, anyone you'd like to thank or shout out this evening?
Just all my family and all my teammates. That's about it.
Right
I'll
on.
see y'all later today.
Calm, cool, and collected Travis Burton in the 92, folks. Good luck the rest of the way tonight, sir.
Thank you.
Once again, folks, Travis Burton fighting for every possible point out there this evening. Good to talk to him. Drafty, one developing story potentially we're going to try to get with the other two drivers that are set to grid here tonight, but unfortunate right now, Sharn Hill in the 5 car, not on the grid, not in practice.
I see that, and I do have to apologize to everyone. I had my mic muted for that intro, unfortunately. It was such a good one, too. But yeah, no Sharn Hill out on track currently. That's, maybe he'll make it in. We still got about 15 minutes left, or about 14 minutes left of practice. He's still got a little time to sneak in here and still get in this race. Hopefully we'll see him yet tonight.
Hopefully so, and we'll get back to you a little bit later with some of those track details, things like that, because they're really awesome to hear. I want you to be able to deliver that to us. So next, we're going to get with the 26 of Josh Mueller here, who's in a slightly different situation than Travis Burton. Josh comes in to tonight sitting 13th, right outside of the cut line, just 2 points away from being inside that cut line. Josh, this is Josh up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yeah, I'm here. You guys got me?
Yes, we do appreciate you joining us. And you just heard me mention the situation you're in. Not that you don't know that already, but we just talked to one of your competitors to see how he's kind of feeling about tonight. What do you think you have to do tonight to not only move up above that cut line, but then kind of solidify yourself to where next week is a little bit less pressure?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't look at the points too often, so that's news to me that I'm 13th. I think the cutoff is 12. So I think first and foremost, to get above there, I got to be here at the end and able to finish. I know one of my Achilles heels with these cars, because I don't race them too often, is the snapback right when you catch them after they free up. And I've been on the bad end of that several times this season, which is kind of why I'm thinking the point situation I am.
Yeah, I feel like if you could get up there, run a top 10, and maybe even get obviously some stage points, that would be really helpful to you. How do you feel about the track, about the car, just the combination, and what's your confidence level going into the race this evening?
This track is usually a tricky one for me. I don't race these big super speedways. This isn't super speedway, but I don't race these big speedways too often. Nor do I race these next gen cars either. So my confidence in the two of them isn't that great. However, confidence in my skill set, aside from the snapback right, I'm good with. I'm usually pretty clean, not getting into anybody, avoiding some of those wrecks. So that's going to be where I make some time up or some spots up.
Absolutely. Of course, it's just practice, but right now you got the 26th sitting 12th quick, so that's not the worst place to be. Like you mentioned, you avoid a wreck or two, all of a sudden you're flirting in potentially even the top 5. Obviously, tire saving is important here, so we're going to let you get back to work, kind of try to work out the kinks here before we go green in just over 11 minutes. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out tonight, Josh?
Yeah, I appreciate the bring up to the booth and the time to chat, and thank you guys for what you do, putting on a fantastic broadcast, and thanks to the guys that run this league and my teammates. Definitely an enjoyable bunch of group of guys to run with the league, but especially my tank racing teammates. We always have a good hoot while we're running.
Right on, man. Well, I'm sure they'll appreciate that, and we appreciate the shout outs as well and the recognition. Good luck tonight, and maybe we'll be talking to you after the stage or even after the race.
Yeah, sounds good. I think last time we chatted, I got another interview in the booth, so hopefully it's good luck.
There we go. Let's keep that positivity up.
Yeah, no doubt. Thanks, guys.
Yes, sir. Good luck to you. All right, once again, folks, that was the 26 of Josh Mueller, Tank Racing Ford Mustang. Drafty, we heard him mention something I wanted to bring up. He doesn't look at the points a lot, and a lot of times that's what we find, right? Is that not everyone is so hyper-focused on those points and those standings, and it helps keep down that pressure a little bit.
Yeah, he's just focused on the driving and the enjoyment of it, and it sounded like to me that he just was surprised and happy to be where he was at.
Absolutely not a bad attitude or outlook to have when you go into a race. So we'll see how it plays out. We'll get now with our next guy. We'll work with the technical difficulties in the background. Drafty Beef is one of the best at handling that. But we are going to get with Josh Hall. We're still keeping an eye on the practice times to see if Sharn Hill makes the call this evening. That would be a huge blow to him and that team. But we're going to cut to commercial real quick. Please stay with us. We will be right back. right, folks, we are back. We apologize for the quick impromptu commercial break, but seems like there is always something on the technical side that somewhat delays us. We're doing some double checks to make sure that we're all squared away for all of you. And of course, this couldn't happen at least at a better time, considering it's still nearly 7 minutes to go in practice. But before the commercial break and the urgency there, you heard us speak with Josh Mueller in the 26 tank racing machine. You also heard us speak with Travis Burton, both two drivers on the opposite side with an opposite outlook right now. Burton coming into tonight very confident, feeling good about his positioning. And as of right now, if tonight was the cutoff for playoffs, he would be in. Josh Mueller, on the other hand, has some work to do. He's not familiar with this track as much and did not know that he was sitting 13th in points. Probably just a way to, like I said before, keep the pressure down. But we are going to also get with Josh Hall here, as Josh Hall currently sits in that 12 spot. So he's in a completely different situation from the two we just spoke with altogether. Josh, this is Josh up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Got you loud and clear.
Right on, man. All sorts of Joshes. We talked to Josh Mueller. Now we're talking with you, and then of course me. So that's kind of funny. But Josh, you come in to tonight's race right on that cut line in that 12 spot, just 2 points above the 13 spot, and 11th through 14th, very, very close. What's your strategy tonight to have a good run and kind of get a little bit of leeway there and solidify yourself a playoff spot?
Well, this is one of my favorite tracks by far. I always have a good run here. Maximum points, just maximize points tonight. Try to stay out of trouble, and be there at the end. I mean, you got to finish to get points here. So that's going to be the main goal here tonight. And see if I can follow up. Last year I had an 8th place finish. See if I can do that again this year.
Right on, man. Yeah, sounds like you're good and confident in the ability and the track, so that's always a good feeling to have coming into the evening. Now, the position you're in, I've been there myself before, and do you feel like it's a situation where it's kind of gamble time, for example, where you might have to make one of those calls you might not actually want to or might not normally make, just to try to throw a Hail Mary in a sense to make things happen late?
Those are my favorite calls, man. I do that a lot. I do 2 tires, probably come into strategy here. I don't think a no tire stop is going to be the answer, but if it comes down to it, saving a set of tires at the end, possibly taking 2, we'll see how it plays out.
Right on, man. Well, we're not going to keep you too long. Practice is coming to a close, and we'll let you get back to it and focus in on the task at hand. But before we let you go, you're rocking the Dev Sports Cards paint job tonight. We loved that one last week at Watkins Glen. Anyone else you'd like to thank or shout out tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out Tommy's Tattoo, Starbright Inks. They're always on the car. I think they're on the back here. Pioneer Valley Indoor Carton. And, of course, family, friends watching at home, my wife, my kid. And you guys for doing a great job every week.
Right on, man. Appreciate that. Good looking 81 ride there that you see on your screen, folks. Josh, best of luck to you tonight. We'll be watching you throughout the whole way and giving some updates and hoping to see you make some moves here.
Awesome, man. Well, thanks a lot.
Yes, sir. Once again, folks, that was the Neon Racing driver, Josh Hall, in the 81, sitting on pit road to join us. Let's take a look now at a couple other cars here that we see on track. Here's the 36 of Devin Zimmerman. Drafty, you back with us, buddy?
I am here.
Miraculous job, as always, getting through the technical difficulties. We saw this paint last week just briefly at times at Watkins Glen, but you mentioned this was one of your favorites that's out on track here.
Yeah, no, this is really nice. I like it anytime someone can incorporate gold on a car. I don't know if this is true for all painters, iRacing painters, but gold for me is one of the hard things to make look good, and it just looks good. It looks real good.
Certainly does. Devin Zimmerman, Roxborough, North Carolina. Toyota looking good there. Derek in the chat draft, he says, are you guys going to sing Back Home Again in Indiana? No, we're not. We'll clear that up right now. We're not going to be singing. Don't think anyone would want to hear that, especially since we probably don't know that song.
I mean, I do, but I don't sing for free.
Oh, okay. Doesn't sing for free. All right, very good. Onward through the field just a little bit. Matt Baines in the 72 is on track in that Royalty Motorsports Chevy Camaro. Currently sits ninth quick in the practice. Just a minute to go in practice, Drafty. It flew by.
Flew right on by. We had a bunch of cool people to talk to before the race this evening. You know, I did think I have to ask Josh Mueller. Right, you were talking to him, and I was listening. And I'm looking at his profile or his picture here, and I think that's WIR. And I've been meaning to ask him if that is at Wisconsin International Raceway or not.
I'd be willing to bet it is. He's in Wisconsin, or at least he's from Wisconsin. Might have a neighbor close to you as we take a look at the Rochester, New York driver, D. Wright. Currently sitting 14th quick in that Jordan 84 Chevy Camaro.
Let's move right on. Let's look at Justin Parham, Boiling Springs, South Carolina. Looks like he is actually pulling it off track as we speak. That's a nice looking ride. Let's see.
It is indeed. Crown Royal.
Another car that makes
Out
me
here.
thirsty.
Yeah, I was going to say, out here competing with the 40 of Chase Greer for Drafty's favorite whiskey. Getting set to go qualifying here, folks. As Tina Miller in the chat says, let's go Devin Zimmerman in the 36. We'll take a look at the 36 during qualifying, as it actually appears he's the first one out on the track. We saw him briefly there in practice. Drafty and I will keep you updated on the quick times and times all across throughout the field, I should say.
It will take a bit for these drivers to get their out lap done and then come across the line for the first lap, being a 2.5 mile track. I tell you, this is actually one of the world's oldest racetracks. I had mentioned this in my intro, but me being the professional I am was muted. But this track opened in 1909 and seats about 250,000 people, making it one of the largest sporting venues in the world. 2.5 miles, plus it has a 14-turn, 2.4 mile road course. The nickname for this track is the Brickyard because when the track was originally paved, it was paved with 3.2 million bricks, and a 36-inch strip of bricks remains at the start-finish line today.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's really cool. 250,000 people, man. Can you believe that? That's unreal.
250,000. That is a lot of freaking people.
It is indeed. Let's take a look at some other people here. Travis Burton in the 92, who we spoke to in this pre-race show, is out there. Walt Lepicki in the 56, also out there. Josh Hall, Shane King. Good to see Shane King back. He missed last week due to a power outage. Unlucky. If Shane King didn't have bad luck, I don't think he'd have any at all, Drafty.
And I'm right there with them.
Devin Zimmerman first to set a time, 53.34. That'll be the time to beat. Justin Parham quickly moves up above him with a 53.29 in that 19.
Burton comes up to third here, 53.5. Shane King placing sixth currently, 55.75 for his first lap.
Josh Mueller, fourth quick. That's exactly where we saw him in practice. That might be a trend. 53.88 on lap 1. Chase Greer in the 40 goes fifth quick now. Travis Bennett in the 01 jumps above both of them to fourth quick.
A lot of drivers still waiting to get out on track yet. We'll have to see some of these drivers about to come across for complete their second lap.
We're taking a look at Walt Lipicki in the 56, currently 54.61 for his lap 1. He was ninth quick, moves up to seventh quick. Justin Parham draftee still holds the quick time.
But not if this man has anything to say about it. But in the 68, Neon Racing out on track, looking to put in his fast laps.
But might just be waiting till the end of the season to update his overall career wins at this point, I think.
Look at that first lap, top of the leaderboard, 53.204.
He's fast just about everywhere we go. Travis Bennett in the 01 moved up to third quick. Right now, Ryan Gomes, lap 1, 8th quick. Matt Baines currently 9th quick. That was his first lap. Joe Irwin in the 44, 53.48 to go to 6th quick.
We know he's fast everywhere he goes. Matt Baines jumping up to 4th, 53.31.
Good lap for the 72 of Baines. Still several people out there finishing up, as well as still setting a time. Let's take a look at the 02 of Corey Bunch. Back with us, draftees. Got 2 wins on the season. Every time he comes out, he pulls off the victory, and unfortunately not eligible for playoffs, but he's certainly taken a couple playoff spots away.
Definitely. As we see him now, second quick, 53.24. But completed his second lap with a 53.09, so he improved on his second lap.
This could be an interesting second lap for Corey Bunch. He was just off the pace of Butchino on lap 1. Interesting to see if he'll improve there. New paint for the 02.
Good year that it's going to be.
I like your positivity over there, Drafty.
Gotta stay positive.
That's right. Corey Bunch makes his way down the front stretch for lap 2 and didn't improve, slightly slower, so he'll stay second quick. Michael Lipicki still out there. His first lap was 11th quick.
D. Wright currently 16th quick. His first lap time, 54.255. We'll see what he can lay down for his second lap. Looks like he got a little loose on a corner exit. That'll shave off some time. Second lap, cross the line. 53.507. That'll move him up to 11th place.
Good second lap there for D. Wright, despite getting loose off of 4. Garrett Walden in the 24 currently sits 12th quick. Lipicki now back to 13th. Both these guys still finalizing their qualifying efforts. Josh Hall in the 81 still out there. He was 18th quick on his first lap. He'll look to improve there. Derek Catt in the 39 went 16th quick. He is finished with his qualifying.
Walden across for lap 2, 53.29, moves him up to 4th place. What a lap.
Really nice lap there from the 24. Walden's having a good season, Drafty. Currently 8th in points. Pretty comfortable there for the playoffs.
Yep, sitting pretty good. I'm sure he would like a win, though, to secure it and also get a few bonus points as well heading into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Bonus points are always good. Now we're taking a look at the 29 of Matthew Fritz in the M&M Pet Sitting Chevy Camaro. Lap 1, he went 13th quick with a 53.58.
Let's see what he can do for lap 2.
Nearly 190 miles an hour there just at the tail end of the backstretch.
Guys are cruising. This is a big track. I mean, it's got these super long straights, and it's not a continuous curve for the corners. You know, you have your corner, and then it kind of straightens out a little, and then you got the corner again. It's definitely, I say, the most unique. I guess, do you even call it an oval at that point? A squoval?
That's a good one. That's a good new name, man. We're going to hang on to that one. Oh, man. Matthew Fritz in the 29. 7th quick, improved to a 53.310 on lap 2. He was the last one to finish qualifying. They'll have their brief drivers meeting, and we will get the grid to you. Drafty, on the spot in the top 10, if you had to pick someone out of the top 10 to win this thing tonight, who are you going with?
To win the whole kit and caboodle? I'm torn between Corey Bunch and Devin Butchino. I mean, these guys are good, but you also, I can't rule out Joe Irwin. He's been solid every week. He always ends up finding the front of the field at some point, always finishes well, so I can't pick one, but it's definitely between those 3.
Fair enough. I mean, Corey Bunch, every time we've seen him, he's been extremely strong. And like I said a little bit earlier, upsetting potential playoff competitors every week he's out. Not in a bad way, not like they're mad at him, but he steals a win. He's not eligible for playoffs, but he's gotten to celebrate in victory lane and pop the champagne a couple times already this season, as it looks like our starting grid is available, and let's bring it to you. Potentially.
There she be.
There it is. Devin Butchino in the 68 will start on pole. We've seen that a few times before. Corey Bunch in the 02 will start second. Justin Parham in the 19 will roll off third. Garrett Walden in the 24 will start fourth. Travis Bennett on the inside of row 3 in the 01. Matt Baines to his outside in 6th. Matthew Fritz in the 29 starting 7th. And Devin Zimmerman in the 36 will roll off 8th. Josh Mueller in the 26 will start 9th. And Ryan Gomes in the 55, not yet gridded, but he will start 10th. Drafty?
All right, in 11th place, we have the 44 of Joe Irwin. And to his outside in that number 92 machine, Travis Burton, Jesus. Anyway, D. Wright in that 84, coming in 13th. Not yet gridded, P14, the 46 of Michael Lipicki. Coming in 15th place, the 40 of Chase Greer. And in 16th, number 2 of Jay Stinson. In 17th place, we have the 39 of Derek Cat. And 19th in the number 16, Derek Da Silva. Coming in 20th, Josh Hall driving the 81. And rounding out tonight's field in the number 60 is going to be Shane King.
Right on. That's a cool camera shot there, looking down at the cars as they grid, and now they're fired up and underway. Everyone in the chat, we'd like to hear from you. Who's your pick tonight to win this 100-lap race around Indianapolis? We know Tina's rooting for Devin Zimmerman.
Yep,
It's
that's
a good
for
pick.
sure. It's not a bad pick at all. Zimmerman, solid driver. He's always up in the top 10.
He is, and he's starting there tonight, so we'll see what he can do. We'll get him going here in just a minute. Of course, per usual, Drafty Beef will bring us to green. 100 laps on tap this evening, folks. Gonna be a good one, I think.
Definitely. These guys always put on a great show. It's a pleasure to do this week in and week out here at the Stock Car Sim Racing Association. And thanks to Dev Sports Cards for sponsoring this next gen series. Making this all happen. Happy to be a part of it.
Oh my goodness, they're wrecking already.
Oh my lord.
Oh, folks, this is not normal. We must have put the kibosh on something here.
Oh.
Of course, delayed green.
Oh boy, let's go back and take a. I wonder who that was even with. Let's rewind. That didn't show up on anything, but let's see what happened here. Further back in the field. Oh. Something with the 20 and 9?
Yeah, I think the 01, I think there was just a big checkup in front of that bright yellow and orange car of Travis Bennett.
Oopsie.
Ended up spinning.
Big oopsie there. All right, well, a little delayed start here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We'll get the pace car out here again and get them back to green flag. I see him double file. I wonder if they will be going green right away. This time by, we'll have to keep an eye on the pace car.
We'll have to see. Drafty, tonight we've experienced probably the worst technical difficulties that we've went through so far in our broadcasting careers. And we saw for the first time ever in this series a wreck before the green flag even waved.
That's right. We all have off nights once in a while.
That's right. Yeah, I don't know. We got to get it right with the broadcast / iRacing gods. I don't know.
Start praying now. Long race ahead of us.
Yes.
It looks like they will go one more time. Oh, no, never mind. That pace car dips down. We will go green flag here. Barney's ready. He must have got so disappointed before. Green flag is out here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's go racing. Folks, we saw it happen as we were going around the track with them. Corey Bunch gets the lead and then some already on the first lap, out to a second lead.
Yeah, he didn't waste any time now, did he, Drafty? Justin Parham just made the pass on Devin Bucciano for the 2 spot. They're nearly all single file for right now, but still a lot of close proximity racing and a lot of moves to be made.
These guys, they have single file, but very close by. any point, anyone could make a strike and try and get the move done. But I think we'll see these guys maybe just ride this out for a little while, get some laps under them. They got 100 of them to do. It's a big track, so they got time.
Yeah, Drafty, I was going to mention that this is not a super common track to be on a schedule, and it is very different, as you mentioned just a little bit ago. I think it's going to be pretty common to see these guys, at least through the first 15 or 20 laps here, really feel out this track and get a little bit more comfortable with it.
We see the 72 and the 44 side by side right now, fighting over the 8th spot.
That's Joe Irwin, Drafty. That's your pick. You picked him to win, and he's already looking to get a spot, and that'll move him into the 8th spot. As it appeared, the 72 just let him cruise on by, maybe to save some tires here early.
Yeah, I would have to assume so. It's a bit early on to be racing anybody extremely hard. We also don't want to just give up a position either.
That's right, and really nice look there at the majority of the field down the front stretch. How strung out this whole field of 21 already is just on lap 4.
Yeah, big track, multiple different grooves, and it's really going to show maybe a bit the difference in skill level. Not that there's a huge difference, but if someone knows something a different driver does, that's going to create the gap. And so we'll have to see how many drivers kind of figure out maybe what some of these faster guys are doing and maybe move later on in the race, or maybe how many of these guys are just hanging back, saving tire.
That's exactly right. Right behind Matt Baines, we have another battle. Josh Mueller and Travis Burton going at it. Mueller's on the inside. I'm sorry, I'm all mixed up. Burton was on the inside. I just talked to both of them in interviews. I'm all confused now.
It looks like he's able to get that move done. Currently, biggest mover, though, is Joe Irwin. He's up 3 spots from where he started, currently running 8th. Corey Bunch almost up to a 2-second lead already.
Yeah, I mean, just like Butchino, he's good everywhere we seem to go. Shane King in the number 60 up to 18th. He started rear into the field. He's also up 3, much like the 44 of Irwin early.
Speaking of Butchino, he just got passed by Travis Bennett. Travis Bennett now 3rd, Butchino now 4th. And we see Walden looking to the inside of Butchino as well. Maybe they're looking to take away that 4th position as well.
Everyone watching at home, don't be fooled by the 68 of Butchino dropping back several spots here extremely early. We've seen it nearly every race before. He's just probably saving tires and putting himself in a position to compete for that stage at lap 30.
You know it. He's been good at every track so far this season. He's solid driver. Definitely knows what he's doing.
Certainly does. Now he's under just a slight bit of pressure from the 29 of Matthew Fritz. We'll keep an eye on that as that gap continues to close.
Fritz coming down pit lane. Wonder what that is.
Just as I mentioned him.
Yeah.
I'd have to believe 7 laps in. That's certainly not a scheduled stop.
Keep an eye on how long he is in pit road for. Got a little action back here. Lipicki and Wright. Lipicki looking to the inside. He's able to get the move done. Tucks up in front of D. Wright.
That's Michael Lipicki in the 46, now up to 11th, getting past the 84 of D. Wright.
Josh Hall. Oh, we have another person coming to pit. Maybe it was a calculated move.
Possibly. I mean, 8 laps in. What do you think? You know this next gen car pretty well. What do you think the fuel load is here if you had any guess at all?
More than 8 laps.
Well, yeah.
Oh, no.
But if they're going to have to bring it in before the stage, for example.
I think they might. This is a big track. It's not really pack racing, so you won't have too much of an advantage as far as draft. You might get a little bit, but it's not like super speedway racing where you can really save once you're in a draft. Man, it's hard to say. We'll have to see where these guys finish come the end of the stage. You know, they might have seen, hey, this is already getting spread out. Let's try some really different strat here and pit early and see how they can do.
Yeah, you never know how it's going to play out. I mean, we heard it from Josh Hall. He loves to take gambles, and he's certainly in a position where he may have to tonight or especially next week if tonight doesn't go his way.
Well, we have some action up here. 8th place. This is a close battle between Matt Baines, Travis Burton, and 44 Joe Irwin, not outside of striking distance from the 72.
Yeah, I think recently in the last lap or two drafted, we've seen the 72 and the 92 close on Joe Irwin just a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. We'll see here. They're running pretty similar lap times, maybe small differences. But we see here now, 72 is almost looking to peek to the outside. Some close action further up here as well. I see Parham, Walden, Bennett. They were all getting close, fighting over the second position.
Starting to see some battles develop on the speedway for sure. Michael Lepicki is under fire back there in the 46, or by the 46, I should say. Travis Burton that's a little bit up. Josh Mueller is in the 26. I'm going to figure it out, folks. I promise you.
Oh, Mueller and Wright side by side now, coming down the front stretch. Whoa. We take a view at
cool
them
shot of-
passing by from the bricks. I don't even know I clicked on the wrong camera, but that was pretty cool.
That's a cool shot for sure.
Everyone's still single file, but still close to each other. We got kind of several different groups going on here. Corey being his own group of one, about 4 seconds ahead of second place. And we got second through third, fourth, pretty close together. Then another little group here of 5th to about 9th. See if Baines had dropped back a few positions here.
Yeah, I almost wonder if he made contact with the wall or something like that, Drafty. He was way to the inside on the front stretch, almost as if signaling the 92 of Travis Burton to just go ahead and go on by him.
Yeah. Maybe it's a part of a strategy. To be honest, I have not raced Indy too many times. I don't know what the best strategy or even the common. Ooh, the 19 making a little contact with the wall. Speaking of contact with walls.
Right on cue there is that battle continues to tighten just a little bit. Don't forget about the 68 of Buccino right behind this group, currently sitting 4th. Obviously well locked into the playoffs with a lot of playoff points.
Yeah, a few wins already this season. Well, folks, we are 13 laps into this one. No cautions yet, except for the minor little hiccup at the beginning, but we don't have to count that.
Yeah, I mean, that was before the green flag even waved. Several drivers, though, up a lot of spots here. Joe Irwin, Travis Burton, Michael Lepicki, all up 4 spots. Shane King in that bunch as well. The biggest mover thus far, though, that 81 of Josh Hall, he's up 5 to 14th.
A pretty good race for all the drivers so far this evening. I do see Fritz went a lap down with that pit stop.
He did. He was actually down there a very long time, as caution is out for the first time here.
Let's see here. I see a crash. 60 of Shane King. Go back and take a look here. Ooh. Looks like he maybe gotten a little loose and the car just snapped to the right.
Possibly narrowly avoided there by the 2 of Jay Stinson, I believe is who that was.
Ooh, something's definitely broke on that car. A hard time getting it going, looks like.
Yeah, tough break for the 60 of Shane King. Literally, as I mentioned, that he was one of those 4 guys who was up 4 at the time. So broadcaster's curse strikes again. He'll definitely let me have it regarding that one.
Be hearing about that in team chat later.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
Well, that eliminates the big lead that Corey Bunch had as they will stack back up. He had over a 4-second lead at the time the caution came out.
He was rocking and rolling, man. Do you feel here, Drafty, we're literally exactly halfway to this first stage. Do you expect to see the whole field down pit road with maybe the exception of Stinson and Fritz?
You know, I'd have to say so as I'm watching them all dip down into pit lane right now. So, yes.
I led you into that perfectly.
Perfect timing. We do see the 29 of Fritz, who had pit on lap 6. He's going to stay out, get his lap back.
Nothing on Jay Stinson just yet coming down pit road. I think I see him way off in the distance there, and he did elect to pass it by as well as we take a really nice look at the pit road cam. Look at that pit sign of the 68.
Not missing that coming down pit lane.
Oh, that's classic.
See a little race coming off of pit lane here between a few drivers. About 7 cars still on pit lane. Guys having a long stop.
The 01 of Travis Bennett, all sorts of problems on pit road. 28-second pit stop as opposed to a 15-second pit stop like the 24 of Walden or the 44 of Joe Irwin.
I'm seeing a few people having some really short pit stops too, so I'm assuming a lot of these guys took fuel only.
That's right, Drafty. That's going to put Corey Bunch restarting 5th. It would appear, unless he had some sort of issue getting into the pit box, that he was one of the few to take tires. I say one of the few, but my count, probably 6 people overall took tires there on that pit stop.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Looks like about 6. Some more guys maybe further back as well, but it's hard to tell. Looks like they had longer pit stops, maybe repairing some damage or something as well. Let's see, some people had like some 40-second pit stops. And
Walt Lepicki in the 56, he had a 48-second pit stop, but he was the car involved with the 60 of Shane King. So probably getting damage repaired there on the 56. They're racked and stacked once again. Double file as the lights are off on the pace car, and Drafty will bring us back to green here.
Yes, sir. Next time they go past the start-finish line, it will be a green flag a-waving. As we will start lap 18 here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for the Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series.
Gonna set us at 12 laps to go till our only stage. Gonna be fun to watch a 12-lap race down to the stage.
Barney is ready. He's always ready. He's always got a flag up and ready to go. See him come to the line. Stinson's going to take us. Green flag racing once again. We'll stay right with the action here, folks, while they are all grouped together. Ooh, spinning looks a little bit. Right getting loose, maybe a little contact. Not sure. He's able to keep it going. We got some 3 wide here, a little further back. Parham making a move for the lead. Wants to get that point for leading the lap.
Every point is precious, Drafty, as you know, whether you're eligible for playoffs or not. It definitely goes a long way. Now, someone who's going to be fighting for his life here these next 11 laps or so is the 2 of Jay Stinson. If he can manage to stay up here and get some much needed stage points, he'll look like an absolute genius with the early pit stop.
And we do see him, though, dropping back. Now, these guys all have about 7-8 laps fresher tires than he does, and that will make a difference.
Yeah, Drafty, some of them might have had slightly quicker pit stops because they only took 2 tires, right?
Yeah, that could be. You know, it's kind of early on where that might be an advantage and not unbalance the car too much by doing that. So maybe a few drivers decided to. Stinson dropping back a little bit more here.
They were just nearly 3 wide there.
Irwin looking to get past him now. We got some more close action a little further back. Lipicki was looking to make a move. I see Greer making a move here to the inside of Zimmerman. And in front of him, Stinson and Irwin side by side. Ooh, little contact between the 40 and the 36. Since the 36 up the track's going to allow the 81 of Wright to make a move underneath him.
That 36 of Zimmerman needs to get back in sync as he's now being threatened of losing 3 spots just since we went back green here on the restart.
Another move looking to be made here. 72. Bayes looking to get past the 26 of Mueller. Right behind him, Fritz and Gomes making moves.
A lot of good racing here after the caution kind of stacked everyone back up. They've kind of settled down at least for the top 8 or so.
01 of Bennett looking to the inside of the 81 of Wright. Or not 81, I apologize. The 84 of Wright.
That 01 of Travis Bennett, bright colored Menards Ford Mustang there. After a really bad pit stop, Drafty, he's already back up to 9th. He's moving awfully quick.
Look who's knocking on the door, looking to get his lead back already. Up from 5th on that restart. Back to the lead is the 02 of Corey Bunch. Drives past the 19 of Parham and just keeps on going.
Dominating fashion here early by Corey Bunch, something we're used to as long as he's on the track. The 36 of Devin Zimmerman battling with the 24 of Garrett Walden as he looks to the inside heading into turn 1.
And a lot of back and forth in this middle of the pack area, and it's produced some good racing. Doesn't quite look like he's going to be able to get it done. He's got the tuck back in behind the 0-1.
Yeah, the 0-1 of Travis Bennett took full advantage there as they battled. He decided to go to the outside, and Zimmerman had to slow down a little bit, couldn't quite carry the momentum on the inside, and pulled off the pass on the outside.
Burton making the pass on the 45 of Michael Lepicki. Burton now in 10th place.
Drafty, we're starting to see this outside lane develop just a little bit. Those first 15 green laps, not a lot of passing available on the outside, but it's kind of coming together now late in the stage.
And it's looking like these drivers aren't able to keep the momentum on the inside and keep it through the corner. A lot of guys backing out. 92, though, proving me wrong. Able to get the move done on the 36. Tucks up inside. 40 making a move as well here. Trying to.
Drafty's boy there in the 40, Chase Greer, simply because of the paint job. And just like you said, perfect example, not able to carry that momentum is now the 24 looks to the inside, and he has a good run now.
He's got the 0-1 right on his tail, giving him a little bit of a push there. We see the 24 trying to get up high and be able to arc into the corner there to keep as much momentum as he... Oh, Ken, a little too much. Gives the wall a nice little kiss there coming out of the corner.
You got to be careful with those wall hits in this car. We were just talking about it last night, Drafty. They're very fragile, very sensitive to the damage, especially on the front tires and wheel fixtures.
That is for sure. Sometimes a little too much of a kiss with the wall, and it can break your wheel. It's unfortunate, so you got to be careful of that.
Absolutely. The 29 of Matthew Fritz, we saw him pit awfully early. He was down there for quite a while, got the lucky dog on that caution, and now he's all the way up to 11th.
And making a solid run here tonight, especially after being a lap down. 72 looking to the inside of Michael Lepicki. Can't quite get it done. Lepicki closing the door on him. Gets a little loose. We saw his car wobble there on corner exit. Fritz looking to the inside of Zimmerman now. Looking to get up and take that 10th place position.
Tell you what, Drafty, Baines and Lepicki have been battling back and forth now for probably the last 3 or 4 laps. That's a really nice battle there.
Yeah, hard fought. It just looks like the inside line just is not able to capitalize from what we've been seeing so far. Oh, Lepicki way up the track, though. That'll make it a bit easier for the 72. The 72 will take over 12th position.
He's on his way back up after falling back late. Not sure if there was a problem there with that car. The 39 of Derek Catt now looking to the inside, potentially of the 84 and D right.
Can he get the move done? It looks like he does. Looks like we have a battle up here between Butchino and Parham fighting over the 3rd position. Not far behind the 24 of Garrett Walden and the 01 of Travis Bennett. Butchino looking to the inside, going into turn 1. Gets it done. The 24 and the 01 looking to do it right behind him. Oh, almost contact there between the 01 and the 19. 19 ends up going into the wall, losing some momentum. Ends up conceding 3 positions that lap. Can't imagine he's happy about that.
Yeah, that went from bad to worse pretty quick as now Buccino looks to the inside of the 24 of Garrett Walden. That would be for the third spot. He's not going to get it done, and he's got company in the 01 on the outside now.
Well, looks like the 0-1. Can he keep the momentum? He does. But we'll tuck in behind. It shows you that really doesn't look like that inside line has much juice as far as passing.
It's really fell off since the beginning of this race. The 24 of Walden at the top of your screen there, folks, just tapped the wall once again. As Michael Lepicki there, we just took a glance at him. He's continuing to fall back just a little bit. Maybe burned up the tires a little too early. What do you think, Drafty?
Yeah, it could be. Once they start falling off, it's going to be harder to hold on to them.
Matt Baines now pressuring the 29 of Matthew Fritz. They've kind of made their way up through the field together here since that caution. Is now Baines will look to his inside on the front stretch.
When you get it done, it really looks like you have to have the momentum to get the pass done by the time you get to the corner. Otherwise, it seems like the run dies out. He was able to get it done this time, though. Had plenty of speed, plenty of momentum.
He set him up very nicely there. Is now the 29 is going to battle back, but will think better of it. Drafty, you called it before this race even started. The biggest mover, as now we're getting close to the stage, the 44 of Joe Irwin. He started 11th. He's sitting second.
Yeah, he's always fast. Every race, I feel like more times than not, we're talking to him after the race. And, man, he still has a pretty big time difference on Corey Bunch. About 2 seconds right now, just above. Last lap for Irwin was a 53.9. Last lap for Bunch was a 53.7. So Corey Bunch, last time by, running faster than the second place position. So it'll take a lot more from Joe Irwin to catch him in the long run. But that being said, our stage is almost coming to an end here.
It certainly is. Let's take a look at the 0-2 of Corey Bunch. Give him a little bit of TV time as we'll see him. Oh, well, we didn't see him cross the line, but we had a good battle a little bit further back. That was Garrett Walden and Travis Bennett, the 24 and the 01. That would have been for the third spot. We're going to get a word with Corey Bunch as soon as they stack them back up and get into the pits. But Drafty, Jay Stinson saw him pit extremely early. He does, in fact, manage to hold on to some stage points. He finished 9th in the stage. Impressive move there. And up 7 spots from where he started.
Yeah, very impressive. Good call, I think, on his part for as far as the pit strategy for the stage. He was able to still get some stage points, and now he'll be able to come in and get fresh tires, I assume, with everybody else, and get back at her.
Absolutely. As soon as we see them go down or come off pit road here, folks, we'll get with the 0-2 of Corey Bunch. We don't want to interrupt any strategy or calls that they may be making heading into pit road here.
Let's see the 81 of Hall staying out on track.
And Drafty, that has to be one of those gambles that we talked to Josh Hall about. He was running 21st, elects here to stay out, and we'll see kind of how it pays off for the 81. Folks, we are going to get with our stage winner, dominant winner, and that's the 02 of Corey Bunch. Corey, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Corey, every time we've seen you out here with these boys, you come out in dominant fashion. You got the stage win. Congratulations on that. I know how the car is feeling. I know how you're feeling. So tell us a little bit about how you were able to jump out to that big lead, first of all, and then after that first caution, you were able to work back through the field from sixth and get back to the one spot.
Yeah, I think like the initial start, I think there was some kind of a stack up or something like that from the bottom lane. So I think the outside starting on it is king. Going into the corner, you get like a run going into turns 2 on. But you know, from then on, I just had that clean air and then just pulled away. I think that's going to be the key for this race. So we hope to be able to just stay up front and keep that clean air and maybe get us another win here. We'll see.
Yeah, man. I mean, you're looking like you're in good position, in good shape to do it now. You didn't elect to take tires, or did you elect to take tires there on that pit stop during the caution flag?
Yes, I did because I figured I have nothing to lose, so I figured just what the heck, throw them on there and let's go. So it's what I did.
Yeah,
but it worked out pretty
absolutely.
good.
Sure. What was the prognosis there, if you will, on the first set of tires after 15 green flag laps?
It was kind of snug, but I was able to try to maybe cut in, like not hit the curb, but you could be able to get that rotation to where you could still get loose off, and I could be able to control it from there. But it was kind of just being snug as it goes on because it's like 124 degrees track temp, so it's getting pretty hot out there. You can make some biscuits out there, but like I said, this is kind of my style. You know, hot track. I love driving it. So we'll see how this goes. This Goodyear Ford Mustang. We'll see if we can go ahead and get it to victory lane here and not have to worry about passing people and people not have to worry about chopping my nose off. We'll see.
Right on, Corey. Well, we'll let you get back to work, sir. Looking good so far. Congrats on the stage win, and thanks for joining us for a little bit here under the stage break.
Absolutely.
All right, sir. Good luck. Once again, folks, that was the 02 of Corey Bunch, your stage winner. Drafty, you bring the biscuits, I'll bring the eggs. How about that?
Sounds good. Right, as we will see the pace car dip off into pit lane, we will get them going again. See a couple guys in the back saying, hey, wait up, guys, wait for us. Green flag is out. Corey Bunch leads us here as we are back under green at Indianapolis Motor Speedway.
We'll have to see now just what kind of lead he jumps out to, being in a different position than what he was that last restart. Devin Buchino is trapped on the outside for now, as he's really close to that 19 temporarily.
Yeah, we see a bunch of cars trying to make some moves back here. Can't decide if they want inside or outside. We'll have to see how this plays out now that these guys are going to be focusing on the long run. There are no more stage breaks. Well, next time a caution comes out will be for a wreck. We may not see another one this evening.
We might not, which would come in or put in some green flag pit stops and certainly change the strategy. Is now they're 3 wide on the front stretch. The 36 looks to the inside.
Ooh, the 72 and the 2 both had to go up high. The 2 slammed into the wall there. Hopefully he didn't get no damage from that.
Tell you what, Drafty, you can run a high lane here, but you get that high up the track, you're going to lose about 3 or 4 spots, just like we saw out of the 72 of Matt Baines and Jay Stinson there.
Yes, sir. High line may be able to get you some speed. It could be very dangerous, though. And not as much banking up there, so you'll burn up a little bit more tire.
Absolutely right. Now they're all straight and narrow as the 19 looks to make a move on the 68 of Buchino. Now, he got the pass done. Good move by Justin Parham. Got to believe, though, that this is once again just tire saving for the 68.
Yeah, we saw him do it on the last restart and the initial start of the race. But, he's going to get back up there come at the end of this long run here. As we see Fritz looking to the inside of Gomes, looking to take away that 9th position.
Really interested to see what Matthew Fritz in the 29 can do here on a long green flag run, potentially with no damage, as we saw him work his way all the way back through the field almost for some stage points there near the end there, Drafty.
That's right. Look at this. We see now Josh Hall looking to make a move on D. Wright back here, looking to take away 14th position.
Josh Hall definitely one of the guys that will benefit the most this evening from the phrase "every point counts."
That's right. We see a close little group of cars here. The 44, the 68, the 92, and the 19 leading them all here. And that is going to be your 4th through 7th position. Now, this is something I have to imagine that Corey might be doing a bit of tire saving himself, as he is not just pulling away from the field. He's just hanging out about half a second ahead of the guy behind him.
Yeah, certainly much different than what we saw in that first green flag run of 15 laps, where, as you pointed out, he had over a 4-second lead.
Yeah, he was way ahead coming to the end of that. Like I said, he's got to be doing some tire saving here. He knows a long green flag run is coming. These guys race clean. Look at this 92 making a move on the 68. 68 will fall back another position. We'll have to see if the 36 of Devin Zimmerman can get it done as well. Mueller and Wright side by side towards the back of the field in 16th and 17th position.
Good battle back there as now they touch, and D. Wright gonna have to pull back in line, keeps it off the wall. Some good driving there to save that.
Yeah, look how you came up the track very aggressive there. I wasn't too sure, but was able to keep it off the wall. Look back up front here, the 24 of Walden and the 01 of Bennett. Playing a little game of cat and mouse here. The 01 getting a good run. See if maybe he can make a move, or maybe they're going to work together and try and keep up a draft here and catch up to Corey Bunch, make him work harder.
That would be a good plan, if I do say so myself, as now we see a couple guys side by side just a little bit back with Buccino. Temporarily, though, everyone falls into line. It looked like they were about near 4 wide there for a second, Drafty.
Yep, it looks like Buccino is content with just kind of riding around. A lot of laps to go, but check this out. Between 3rd place and 4th place, or sorry, 4th place and 5th place, there's a almost 4 second gap, 3.5 seconds right now between these two groups.
Yeah, the second group definitely has been battling a lot harder, racing a lot harder, allowing 1st through 3rd to definitely pull out to a bigger lead.
Still see Corey Bunch not really pulling away, just kind of managing the gap, managing his tires. Very smart move on his part.
Absolutely. You know, I wanted to shout out something, Drafty. The 01 of Travis Bennett currently sits 2nd. We saw him lock into the playoffs last week with his first win of the season. In my opinion, he's been a completely different driver these last couple weeks than the majority of the regular season. We talked to him in the pre-race show last week, Drafty, and he was in that orange section right around that cut line.
That's right. Now he is sitting comfortably in the green.
He is, and he's hunting more playoff points tonight as now the 29 of Matthew Fritz battles for the 9 spot with Joe Irwin.
See if you go. Ooh, they make a little contact in the corner. He will slot up in front of the 44 of Irwin.
Tell you what, Drafty, if we get another caution to stack this field back up and Matthew Fritz has a good pit stop to keep him up there in that top 10, look out for him.
Yeah, we'll have to see. I have a feeling, though, we're going to see some green flag pit stops and maybe some different strategies come into play in tonight's race.
I definitely agree. I don't necessarily think we're going to get a caution. We don't get a lot of them. Little fun fact right now, Matthew Fritz last lap was the 3rd quickest car on the speedway, second to only, or third to only Corey Bunch and Joe Irwin, who he just passed.
He is starting to cook with a little gasoline here, getting back up the field, or at least sitting someplace where he's comfy. Look back in the field here. Greer looking on the inside of Gomes. Can he get it done? This would be the battle for 12th position. Still side by side going into the next corner. Coming to the straightaway. Still side by side. These guys are racing hard here.
Now, Gomes is going to have to be careful here. You see Jay Stinson creeping behind the 40 of Chase Greer. I'm sure he's just waiting for an opportunity to potentially get the pass done. But no, Gomes will fall back in line and not lose more than just that one spot.
Looks like we saw Gomes get loose on corner exit there. The car wobbled a bit. He's able to keep most of his momentum, but not able to hang on to the position. So we see now, look up here, Butchino. Oh, no, oh, yellow flag is out. I don't see any incidents. You see anyone dropping through the field here?
Yep, I'm going to be to blame once again. Drafty Matthew Fritz involved heavy damage on the 29 machine of Fritz.
See what happened here. Looking to the inside of Irwin. Make a little contact. Oh, and the car just snaps to the right. That's the second time we've seen that tonight. Oh, heavy damage for sure. He's going to have to bring that in, use his fast repair, and get back out there.
Fortunately, they do have one, because I was going to say he would be done for the evening if he didn't. Now, one thing to think about is we did see Fritz down pit lane a little bit earlier on for a lengthy amount of time. I'm hoping he didn't use his fast repair that time.
And we'll have to see how long he sits on pit lane. So he's already off pit lane. He's good to go. Able to stay on the lead lap.
Right, all that work that he had put in there. And coincidentally, I mentioned if we had another caution, Matthew Fritz would be someone to look out for if he had a good pit stop. Unfortunately, he's the reason we're having the other caution. So, tough break there for the 29 of Fritz. The whole field otherwise down pit lane.
Yeah, everybody down pit lane except for Corey Bunch. He stayed out, so our leader elects to stay out on track.
Going to be interesting, Drafty. Looks like most of these guys taking tires this time, also taking the opportunity under yellow to take tires. I got to believe that's a good move.
Yeah, we're about halfway done here. We will be halfway once we get going green again. This is a terrible camera. There we go.
Looks like Matt Baines, just over 9-second pit stop, maybe electing 2-tire stop there. Justin Parham in the 18-second pit stop, potential small issue there for Parham in the 19. Everyone else pretty standard, Drafty.
Yeah, pretty standard times across the board. I do see Burton looks like he was able to get ahead, maybe a position or two on that pit stop. But tough luck for Fritz there. Unfortunately, he's going to be back in 19th. And Joe Irwin now just coming out of pit. A minute 34 pit lane time total. 58.9 seconds pit stop time itself.
Yeah, I have to believe either he didn't have a fast repair left or he elected not to use it because, like you mentioned, we're only going to be halfway in this race, still halfway to go. Be a tough spot to be with no fast repair.
I'm curious to see with Corey Bunch staying out. Last time he pit was lap 31. These guys now are going to be, if they did, most of them look like they did take tires, be on fresher tires than him. If he'll still be able to stay out front.
It is going to be interesting to see. The other thing that comes into play, I have to believe that the only reason Bunch did not pit is because he knows he wouldn't be good enough on fuel anyways, so they're going to have to pit at least one more time again.
I would have to agree with that statement.
Good. We agree a lot.
We do. Great minds think alike. Anyway, the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. And you know what that means. That's right. Next time by, we are going green flag racing. This time we will take in the sights and sounds as they zoom by. So turn it up a little bit and hear these next-gen cars roar on by at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Pace car is off. Barney is ready to wave the flag. Green flag. And he does so, and we're off here again at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Wrecking already. Oh no, didn't even get to hear the cars go by. I have to go back and see who that was with. Look like somebody further back here. I have to see who it was. I didn't see anything on my event timer here.
Like an issue with Walt Lipicki.
And was that the 60 of Shane King?
It was.
Let's take a closer look and see what happened there. Look above the 60 of Shane King here. As they're going, green flag. The 36 kind of just comes down the track right in front of the 60 there. These guys weren't even up by the pack yet.
No, that's the 56 of Walt Lipicki. Interesting there. It didn't look like the contact was hard enough or in a situation, an area, I should say, to turn the 56 like that until maybe a second bump. Obviously, they're going nearly 100 miles an hour. It's happening a lot quicker than that slow-mo view. Tough break there for Shane King and Walt Lipicki. We're going to take this moment to step away and hear a word from our sponsors. We'll go picture in picture with you during the caution. We'll be right back. Welcome back, folks. They are still under caution here. This is technically our third caution of the race. There was one extended before the race even went green.
I think this is our fourth.
Is it?
Yeah, because the one that happened beforehand, it said our zeroth. I don't even know how to actually pronounce it, but it had a 0 before the TH up on our little graphic there.
Okay. All right. So fourth caution. All right. Oh, you know what I'm thinking? The stage.
Oh, yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So third caution due to accident. The stage it counts as a caution. Yes. So thank you for the correction there. Drafty Corey Bunch still did not elect to pit there under caution a second time. What do you think, if you were in his head, what do you think he's thinking right now, strategy-wise?
Well, I mean, we didn't even go green really there, so I think he's thinking the same thing he thought the last caution that, came out right before the restart there. Probably sticking with that same strategy. It should still work. The only thing is a couple more pace laps on your tires, which isn't the worst thing. They do cool down a little bit, but I think Corey is very experienced and a very good driver. He'll be able to manage. As we will see the pace car dip down the pit lane again. I will try to give you the sights and sounds of NASCAR once more as we go green flag racing. Right now, they're off. And here we go at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We see the 01. Oh my gosh, it's out again. I was about to say the 01 is hunting down the 02. Oh my gosh. All right, let's see what happened here. I see some things popping up. Looks like Derek Da Silva and Shane King involved. Let's go back and take a look. Ooh. I don't know if the 16 just got loose there. Where's my numbers? There we are. All right, let's take a closer look. We got plenty of time. These pace laps do take a while, so let's take a look here. Back it up a little bit. See them? He's about at his rear. Oh, it looks like he just got a little loose. Ended up tagging Shane's right rear there. Goes around into the wall. That's, ooh, I believe they're both going to have to use up their fast repair if they have not already.
Drafty, I mentioned it before the race. If Shane King didn't have bad luck, he wouldn't have any luck at all. He's been involved in 3 of our 4 cautions that have come by accident.
Yeah, unfortunate. Like we said, no ain't for bad luck, no luck at all. And bad luck follows that guy around. It's really unfortunate. Hope he's able to get it repaired and back out. We'll have to see. Still in pit lane currently. Looks like he is on his way out. Looking pretty darn good. So,
Good to see that as he probably still saved his fast repair, it would appear.
car doesn't look in bad shape. Maybe he used it. Car looks almost perfect. So, back out, still on the lead lap. Still able to fight this through. There's still a lot of race left. He's got to throw a little salt over his shoulder or something, or in the car there.
That's right. That's right. Walt Lipicki and Derek De Silva still down pit road. That might be the situation we were just referring to, where halfway in the race and not having a fast repair could be dangerous. Unfortunately, those 2 guys could be in that situation.
Yeah. It appears so as we see them coming down the front stretch. Now looks like De Silva leaving pit lane. Shit, as long as he makes it out before they pass him. Looks like he will just be good. He makes it out. Walt Lipicki on his way out. Not going to be fast enough. Or not going to make it out before they put him a lap down.
And someone that may not have wanted to see that happen is going to be the 44 of Joe Irwin, who now is not the only car that's laps down. Walt Lipicki now would be the only car 1 lap down, resulting in him getting the lucky dog. Shall we have another caution?
I was not expecting the last one. We'll have to see how this goes. These guys, they're starting to get that itch. It's been a long race so far. You know, we're just over halfway done with this race, and it's still a lot of race to go.
That's right.
The lights are off on the pace car here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Huge shout out to Dev Sports Cards for sponsoring this next gen series. And huge shout out for the Stock Car Sim Racing Association for being its home. Great place to be if you're looking for a place to race. Come join them. So we see the pace car dip down into pit lane. We will go green flag racing once again. They're side by side for the lead, the 01 and the 02. Corey Bunch still hasn't elected to pit. He is on old tires. He has not pit since lap 31.
Travis Bennett, for the first time tonight, does indeed take the lead coming around turn 4, and they go single file for the first 5.
Come back, we see the 72 making a move on the 36 as Zimmerman can't quite get it done, but at the inside of the 72 is the 19. Oh, they make a little contact on the backstretch. Right behind that, the 40 of Greer looking to the inside of the 46 and Michael Lepicki. Oh no, contact, 72 hard into the wall. Looks like the 36 behind him as well. Oh, that wheel is broken. You can see that. He's able to keep it going, no caution, but he's going to have to come into pit lane.
Saw that coming a mile away, Drafty. He just didn't exercise any patience there in trying to wait for a gap and wasn't in a good spot to make that move.
A little bit overzealous. A little too early for that, but that's all right. They kept it from going under yellow anyway. Now we look at the 02 dropping back to third.
Tell you what, Drafty, I really, in my opinion, don't think it was the smartest move for the 02 not to pit there. I don't think, like you said, that we're going to have too many more cautions here. And even if we do, at what point does he kind of then have to battle all the way back through the field a little bit too late?
And we'll have to see. I mean, he could, if this does go green yet, let's say this goes green all the way, even though everyone passes him, if he's got the fresher, he's going to get it back, but then he'll have to, it's going to have to time up right in case these guys also have to make another pit stop, which they might also with lap 45. I'll have to see how many more cautions happen.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the ultimate tell, is if there's more cautions that come into play here. But if they do stay green, I think every driver on the field will have to pit at least one more time.
See, Stinson has made a move. The Fritz looking to make a move as well. He's had an up and down night. He's looking to get back on the upside of it.
Matthew Fritz just so fast and had that car running up in the top 10 and even speed to flirt with the top 5, I would say, is now we see the 39 of Derek Catt down pit road as well.
And we saw him hit the wall also behind when the 72 hit the wall. 29, 36 side by side. Zimmerman dropping back a few positions here.
Tell you what, Drafty, Zimmerman might have a little bit of damage. If I'm not wrong, I believe he was one of the guys that was involved in that issue with that 72 car.
Okay, that makes sense if he doesn't quite have the handling or the aerodynamics as before. Track like this, aerodynamics are going to matter quite a bit with how the wind is pushing on, or the air is pushing on your car.
Certainly true there. We took a brief look at the 2 of Jay Stinson having himself a pretty good night. He's up 5 right now. Some other guys having big nights. Travis Burton up 7. Michael Lepicki and Chase Greer currently sit 6th and 7th, and they're tied right now for tonight's biggest mover, both up 8.
See him now, pretty single file. I think we'll see this for a little while now. Everyone's getting in a kind of in a groove, in a comfort zone. They're going to try and pick him off. The 0-2, Corey Bunch trying to fend off Butchino right now in the 68.
Drafty, the longer he can stay up in this top 5 and the less positions he can give up, the better position he's going to be in here near the end, I have to believe.
Yeah, I mean, if he can hold on to it to when they all have to pit again, we'll have to see what his plan is. I mean, because he's the only one on this strategy right now. So if he's got to pit early, he's going to be by himself.
Yeah, that's exactly right. He last pit on lap 31. The rest of the field, at least through 15th, pit on lap 45. 14 laps difference.
You know, I'm looking at her ticker and I see the 44 of Joe Irwin out of tonight's race. But, you know, looking to the inside of the 92 of Travis Burton.
That's actually Travis Burton in the 92 now fighting with the 68. The 68 was just on the tail of the 02 of Bunch. Then all of a sudden had to look in his rear view mirror as Travis Burton was there.
Thank you for saying that. I was just like, wait a minute, I said that backwards.
I've said a few things backwards tonight, buddy.
All right, these guys are cruising. Oh, the 40 of Greer smacking the wall a little bit. Ooh, 68 and the 92 right bumper to nose to tail right there.
Yeah, Butchino was definitely letting him know he was there. However, the 92 of Travis Burton now pulls away just a little bit. Tell you what, Butchino's going to have the 46 of Michael Lepicki to battle with here in just about a lap, I would say.
I'd say so. I'd have to agree once again. Ooh, see Parham and Greer. Looks like they were about to get a little feisty. We see these cars wobbling on exit. I see him getting loose, but it doesn't look like he lost much momentum from that.
No, fortunately for him, it doesn't look like it. We've seen that very often, though, especially as this race has went on. A lot of loose cars on exit of some of these corners causing multiple issues, actually.
I have to say, you know, when we interviewed Corey and he had talked about the track temperature and getting hot, I have to imagine that it's probably getting hotter. All these cars keep going around on it. The hotter it is, the quicker these tires are going to wear, the looser the car is going to feel.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Is now Butchino battles back on the 92 of Travis Burton. He caught him in a hurry. Michael Lepicki looking to go with him on the inside now.
It's like, hey, man, I'll give you a little push. Let's get going. Oh, makes contact with the 92. They're able to gather it up, keep it going. But that's going to be a momentum killer. Now causing a bit of a roadblock behind them. Lepicki on the inside. We see further back the 2 of Jay Stinson on the inside of the 81 of Josh Hall. Or sorry, not the 81. I keep wanting to say the 81 of Josh Hall. That's not. I'm looking at D Wright in the 84. Michael Jordan. Fritz also decides to get past the 84 of D Wright. I'm sorry, you guys. Please forgive me.
Good job. We're killing it tonight. No, we are. These guys, you know, it's tough, you know. They change paints sometimes, and this type of track, these really unique camera angles at times with the long straightaways, not always the easiest to see who you might be looking at or who's battling who. But, you know, we do the best we can. We do a pretty darn good job at it, if I do say so myself, Drafty.
And we give it our best. You know, I think we all have fun. We're all not perfect. Oh, look at this. The 19 right on the 92. Travis Burton there. Ooh, I thought maybe he might try to make a move, but Butchino up to third now. You
He's
know,
cruising.
you know what? Corey Bunch looks like he's coming to pit, or coming out of pit, sorry. Finally decided that, hey, it's time to pit. He's going to be on the lead lap, but he is way back in 16th now. He is 20 seconds behind Shane King currently.
He is. Now, that might be the play. I bet he was right at the tail end of that window to be able to pit one last time. So I have to believe 32 to go here. There will be another pit for the rest of these guys. Corey Bunch might be good till the end.
We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But maybe a caution, though, might throw a wrench in someone's plans. You never know. But Travis Bennett out here leading laps at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series. Not far behind him, though. By half a second, Garen Walden. It's like, I'm not letting you get too far ahead.
Yep. They do have just about a 3.5 second lead on that guy in the 68, Devin Butchino. One thing to touch on, Drafty, the 16 of Derek De Silva, a bad shot to his playoff hopes as he came in that orange section, currently 15th place in points, 20 points out. He just came down pit road and now will find himself one lap down, sitting in 20th.
We'll have to see. Maybe he can make it up. A few cars laps down. They're going to be fighting for Lucky Dogs. Yellow flag is out. Man, you know who that really benefits?
Corey Bunch.
It really does. That brings him right back up to the field, and now he's starting back up with fresher tires, depending on if people decide to pit again here or not, and what they decide to do. But let's go back, take a look at this. It looks like Josh Mueller was involved. See what happened here. We are looking at that purple 26 car. Looks like just lost control of you. We're going to rewind this a little bit. It snapped back. We heard in the pre-race show, he's talking about that snap back right. And we've seen it a couple times tonight. It did it ever so subtly here, but I think it was enough to just mess up the car. He tried to bring it back left a little too much.
Oh my gosh.
Everyone, thoughts and prayers for Mueller. Do we got word on him? Is he okay? He is okay? Okay, everyone, he is okay. I don't know how he survived that one.
Unfortunately, Drafty's still down pit road. However, have to believe that spells the end of the night for the 26 of Josh Mueller. And just as I mentioned, Derek De Silva's playoff hopes potentially being dashed, that certainly won't hurt him now, as Mueller was the 13th place guy and Sharn Hill didn't make the call tonight. So still alive potentially for the 16 of Derek De Silva. But all of a sudden, Drafty, Michael Lepicki, Travis Burton, Josh Hall looking pretty darn good to make these playoffs here.
And here everybody comes down pit lane. Looks like we got a couple of lap cars staying out. Trying to get laps back, but most of the field coming down pit lane. We are at our 6th caution, our 5th incident caution. One caution was for the stage break. You see cars getting tires. Looks like, okay, I see some getting 4s. All right, it looks like all 4 tires and fuel for most of these drivers.
Interesting move here, Drafty. We see the 0-2 there, also electing to come back down pit road with all of these guys. So that's going to keep him currently 14th. He will have some work to do with under 30 to go here to get back to the front.
I have to imagine that was fuel only for Corey. Only a 6-second pit time compared to everyone else's 14 to 16 seconds.
Absolutely. Fuel only for Corey Bunch, but now the tire is going to be basically on an even scale, right? And Corey could deal with a lot coming up through the field. I mean, it's not like he's coming from 5th.
Yeah, no, he's fast. We know he can get back up there. From what he had to pit under green, that really put him in a bad spot. If that would have stayed green, I think it would have been a true fight for him for the rest of the race. This really levels out the playing field for practically everybody. But as we've seen tonight, Corey Bunch has been very good at this track, so I would fully expect to see him back up front. Only a matter of time.
All right, Drafty Beef on the Corey Bunch train here. And I got to agree, he is extremely fast. This is probably the most amount of guys that he'll have to pass at any one point since he's been racing here in his 3 races or 4 races for Bunch. Yeah, this is his 4th. And so starting 13th, a little bit of work to do, but we'll see.
Don't count anyone out yet. There's still a decent amount of race left where they're going to need to manage the tires a bit. You're not going to want to burn them up right away. You're going to want to have the freshest tires at the end of this. But the lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. Know what that means? We are going green flag next time by. And there he goes down pit lane. The 01 of Travis Bennett will bring us to green flag. We are out once again. The 01 killer start. It's a big gap right away going into turn 1. 24 Garrett Walden right behind him. Got a good run. Looks like he had a little nudge from the 68 to get him up there.
First time we've seen the 24 of Walden in second place tonight. Buchino continues to battle with the 92 of Travis Burton.
Right behind him, the 55 of Gomes looking to make a move on the 19 of Parham as well. People, looks like they might be trying to get as many positions as they can right away because they know eventually this is probably going to go single file again. To try, 19 loose, able to keep it going. Woo, boy, almost got down pit lane there.
That was almost identical to Josh Mueller, the incident we just saw a mere 5 laps ago, but he was able to save it, keep it going, and now look to the inside of the 46 of Lipicki. Sorry, that's Stinson.
Apparently that did not shake him up much. He was able to collect it and keep going. He's like, hey, hold on, I don't want to get too far back because we see some space now between the 19 of Parham and Ryan Gomes, about 0.75 of a gap.
Spreading out just a little bit now. Travis Burton and Buchino still fairly close. Still very close from the 8th spot of Jay Stinson all the way through to 11th. Michael Lipicki in the 46 currently sits 11th. Some good battling, close battling back there.
We saw we got single file pretty fast here. We'll have to imagine that we'll see some moves maybe at the end. But I tell you, who's not going to be waiting? 25 laps to go. The 0-2 of Corey Bunch. He knows he's fast enough to win this thing, but he's got a lot of work to do here to get back up there.
He certainly does, and you just mentioned it, 25 to go now as Bunch has over a second gap to Josh Hall in the 81. He'll make that up, but where I'm going with this is he that much faster than the whole rest of the field to be able to make up that much ground in this amount of time?
I guess we will find out. There was a point in the stage where he was, before the stage end, that he was 4 seconds ahead of the entire field.
Very true. That's a good point. He's definitely not going to be worried about tire saving now with only 23 to go this next time around.
And the laps are counting down. Still a bit of a race. This is a big track, so these laps do take a bit to get around, but at the same time, it's hard to pass here, so gotta get them when you can get them.
'29 of Matthew Fritz. You've seen him on your screen a lot this evening, folks. He's now looking to the inside of the 40 of Chase Greer, but he'll tuck back in a line. Drafty Fritz just keeps on moving up through the field every time.
And he's been making some good, solid moves here. All race, really. Let's see here. Closest battle looks like Jay Stinson and Greer. Let's take an onboard with Greer. Take a ride around Indianapolis Motor Speedway with Chase Greer. Brought to you by Blue Label Whiskey. Not officially.
Drafty's trying to get himself a free bottle.
Literally, yeah. Blue Label, if you're listening, just like a bottle a month. I'll be good.
Right.
Anyway, as we are going down the backstretch now, these guys are absolutely cruising. You can see there's a bit of banking, but it is not much of a banking, you know, for the speeds that they're going. Unlike, you know, Daytona or Talladega, there is major banking in those corners to be able to keep the speed. These ones, not so much. As we now, I see Josh Hall coming to pit. I also see that D. Wright had jumped to pit.
Yeah, more issues for another playoff driver all the way through 11th through 15th, basically having kind of a rough night. Well, I guess the exception is the 92 of Burton. But below the cut line, Drafty, a lot of issues tonight.
Yeah, it's really going to kind of shake up the whole playoff points scenario.
It is. Derek Da Silva back there in 16th in the 16 right now. And believe it or not, folks, he could come out after this race tonight and actually be in a better position to potentially make playoffs after next week than what he came into tonight with.
Yeah. See Corey Bunch starting to move his way back up the field. Currently 11th. His last lap time was a 53.04. Oh, no, sorry, that was the best lap time. His last lap time was a 53.67. The leader's last lap was a 53.45, so he's not running faster than the leader currently. And, I think a big part of it could be, out in that fresh air, he was able to run however he wanted. Now he's back behind in some traffic. He's got some dirty air. Can't maybe quite run the lines that he wants to run. Especially passing is very difficult here. So let's see as he's going to try to do it on Greer into one. Plenty of speed. Gets down very low into the corner. Back up to 10th place for Corey Bunch.
Yeah, and that's exactly right, Drafty. He even mentioned it to us when we interviewed him during the stage break when he had won, and mentioned, hey, it was a completely different handling car from when I had a little bit of traffic to get through and when I was in clean air. So maybe some of that, but then also having to be patient as he kind of works his way through traffic. And you mentioned it, maybe just not quite fast enough to do that as quick as he might need to, as now we're 18 to go.
And we are getting down to the end of it.
Devin Buchino in the 68 beginning to pressure the 24 of Garrett Walden just a bit for the 2 spot. How amazing would it see Buchino come from out of nowhere basically and get this win?
Yeah, that's kind of seems to be his style. He'll drop back. He kind of, I don't want to necessarily say forget about him, but he doesn't become the power player till the end. All of a sudden, he's there fighting for it. And let me tell you, the only lap that matters that you lead is that last one.
That's exactly right. I wanted to mention, Drafty, that Corey Bunch now just spent a full lap and a half behind the 2 of Jay Stinson, still working on getting past Stinson, now being scored in that 9 spot. That's notable because every lap that ticks by with Bunch having to fight harder and harder to get back up to the front is huge for him and everybody else in this field.
Yeah, definitely. He's obviously having a harder time being back in traffic. As we look now, the 68, Buchino taking over 2nd place. Got his eyes set on first, who's right now 1.3 seconds ahead of him.
Guy that would absolutely love to make that pass on the 24 of Walden for the 3rd spot is that other Travis, the 92 of Travis Burton. He's fighting for playoffs. He's currently 11th, 8 points above the cut line, having himself a really nice run tonight in the pressure cooker.
Yeah, I believe he said he wanted to finish in the top 5. I think he can make that happen. Keeps running like he's running.
I absolutely agree, Drafty. It's been so fun this season to talk to all of these different guys at different points of the season, have them tell us, hey, this is what I want to do, or this is what I need to do, and then they go out there and get it done. Travis Bennett last week in the 01, and now Travis Burton, his teammate, in the 92 this week.
Most definitely. Bennett's looking to go back-to-back here, as we're going to 15 to go.
The laps continue to tick off. Travis Bennett got his first win of the season last week, and I mentioned it earlier on that he just appears to be like a different driver the last 2 weeks. He's out there out front with a good lead now on Buchino.
The gap is shrinking, though. It was 1.3 last time we checked. It is currently now 0.74.
You can bet Buchino's got plenty left in the tank to at least give him a run for his money. As now Corey Bunch looks to the inside of the 36 of Devin Zimmerman, who's battled back nicely to run 7th currently.
02 getting a little help there from Michael Lepicki. Now the 02 is going to have a little bit of clean air. Will he be able to catch up in time? Oh, I say that actually, Lipicki's making a move on the 0-2. We'll have to see. They're side by side. They can both get a little loose out of the corner.
Michael Lipicki on rails tonight, up 6 spots. Currently, he'd make it 7 if he could get around the 0-2 of Bunch. And Drafty, I've said it a few times, but this is definitely not what the 0-2 of Bunch wants to see if he wants to get up front and win this thing.
I think he was seeing daylight there to get in front. Oh, it gets loose there. That's going to cost him a couple spots, at least one. It looks like he'll be able to slot back up in front of the 36 maybe, or keep his momentum. Excuse me. Sorry. I would have
That's
thought.
right. He'll have a little bit more work to do now.
I thought he would have had to slow up a little bit more there than he did. He did not, but they're all single file. Our leaders are also single file. The gap shrinking just so slightly, not by much. Still the high 0.6 to 0.7 second gap between first place, the 01 of Travis Bennett, and the 68 of Devin Buccino.
That's right, Drafty. Ticking down here, 12 to go this time by, and Buccino has put about a second lead or gap between him and the third place guy of Walden. Then about half a second back to Burton. But Buccino is catching Bennett. Question is, will it be fast enough?
Got 12 laps to go. He's got to start gaining more and more here. Gomes trying to hold on to 5th there.
Gomes is having himself a really nice night, currently sitting in 5th as we see just a wall brush from the 19 of Justin Parham, trying to get back one more position or so when he started 3rd this evening.
Speaking of moving, 92, biggest mover as well this evening, right? Or currently +8 from where he started. Second biggest mover at +7, Michael Lipicki and Shane King.
Tell you what, Drafty, I would have been really interested to see what Shane King would have been able to do if he wasn't involved in almost every one of our cautions this evening, and not taking a shot at him by any means. Majority of them not his issue, but running up 7 spots on the evening. Who knows what could have been if he would have been restarting some of those restarts, maybe around 10th.
It's a heck of a job to him for the amount of stuff he was involved in and everything all said and done. He's still on the lead lap, running P14, up from where he started. So, I mean, you got to sometimes just focus on the positive.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's why I say heck of a run for him just to be out there still battling. But, yeah, I mean, still up 7 spots after, 3 cautions, 3 accidents, not just wall taps or things like that.
So look now, the 68 of Buccino is catching the 01 of Travis Bennett. Now within 0.1, he is right there. You got to know that Bennett's probably looking in his rear view mirror, seeing that car just get closer and closer. We got into the single digits, 9 laps to go.
I'd say probably a lap or 2, and Buccino is going to make that move. He doesn't want to do it too early, but he also doesn't want to push it. There's no reason to. He'll be nice and patient here with the 01 of Bennett.
See him dip down to try and break the draft, so Buccino cannot catch the draft. You know, he probably doesn't want to burn it up too early yet, too. That's 9 laps to go, but that's 9 2.5 mile laps.
That's right. That's something that you'll typically see, folks, in more of an IndyCar situation. But of course, we are at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, so not unusual from the NASCAR circuit to do that on these long straightaways coming down the stretch.
As we see now, Butchino trying to stay tucked behind him to keep that draft, as he had fallen back to .3 there for a bit. Trying to stay there right with them. Be able to strike when the time comes as it's closing down. Take a quick peek further back. The 19 to Parham was looking to the inside of the 92, or vice versa.
Yeah, this has been a good battle going on the last few laps. The 19 still can't manage to get quite enough. These guys on pretty old tires now, especially since they've been pushing a lot more this final green flag run to the finish line.
But still not making the move on the leader yet. 7 laps to go. We are in the closing laps here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. In the Dev Sports Cards Next Gen Series.
Good battle now between the 55 of Ryan Gomes, Travis Burton in the 92, and Parham still there. This would be for that final spot in the top 5 if Parham could get around Burton. Burton looking to potentially get into 4th as he'll dip to the inside briefly.
He's looking to reel in. Oh, don't look now. The 01 and the 68 side by side for the race lead. 6 laps to go. Can Butchino get it done? Side by side coming into 3. Oh, the 01 taps the wall a little bit. Side by side still at the exit of 4. Oh, there's a lap car ahead of him. How's that going to play? 01 dipping to the inside, back up high in front of the 68.
Man, what a great battle that was. Basically all lap, and ultimately the 01 of Bennett, even with a wall tap, able to fight off the 68 of Butchino for now.
Still 5 laps to go. Butchino still hot on his tail. Looking to maybe try it again, try to set it up. We'll see what he can do.
Drafty, if that's how this finishes, that's going to be an exciting one.
Is he going to peek to the inside here on the front stretch? You will look to the inside as they go into 1. Door to door. Coming to 2. Still side by side going into it. Butchino, and he gets it done. New race leader, Devin Butchino in the 68. Now he's got, and they're wrecking behind him with 4 to go.
Oh my goodness.
Butchino just gets the lead and the caution flag comes out.
Talk about a shakeup.
My God, this race has been something else. This is crazy. The excitement here at the end. There's some good racing. Great pass right before the caution came out. Let's take a look. It looks like Ryan Gomes was involved. Let's see what happened here in Royalty Racing Network. Instant replay. Oh, he's already sliding through the grass at this point. We need to go back further. All right, him and the 92. Ooh, looks like the 92 just tagged him a little bit there. Sent him around. It's like no contact. Able to keep it going. Caution flag still came out. Oh. Maybe that was it.
Might have been. Really nice job, though, that first time by Ryan Gomes to not only keep it out of the way of other cars, but then rolling through the grass, sliding through the grass. It's really hard to control the vehicle down there, of course, and doesn't even manage to get a scratch off that wall. Really, really nicely done by Gomes.
Very nicely done indeed, as we see Butchino and Bennett coming down pit lane. Oh, Bennett pulled back last second. Oh, bunch of cars coming down pit lane. Few staying out. Will the fresher tires make that much of a difference with the short run to the checkered? Or are they?
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
I wonder if it even is tires. I wonder if it's fuel. Oh, I see cars being lifted up. Both sides. Fresh tires. That's going to put them back in the field a little bit here. So they're going to have to fight through some people now if they want to get back out to the lead.
That's right, and check this out. Corey Bunch, 10-second pit stop, probably tires and fuel, but 4 seconds quicker than most everyone else. He's back up to 4th after that pit stop.
I have to wonder if maybe he only took right sides that time and that saved him the 4 seconds.
Could be.
But the 0-1 at Travis Bennett, who decided it looked like he was going to go to pit and last second backed out. Up here leading it right behind him, Garrett Walden, 2nd place. And the 92, Travis Burton, up in that 3rd position.
Now more cars down pit road. Those were guys that were probably a lap down the last time, so they'll cycle out. I really like this move by the 0-1 of Travis Bennett, Drafty. He locked in last week. This isn't really a gamble, right? He can gamble with playoff points and fight for that win, but he doesn't really need to take that chance of having the fresher tires if he has enough fuel.
Yeah, if he's got enough fuel and his tires feel good, I don't know how much of a difference it'll make if we can get a clean green-white checkered here.
Right, he's going to have to battle a lot of people coming up through the ranks there as the 24 of Garrett Walden is blinking quite severely, as if we didn't just add enough drama to this race with the green-white checker. We'll add that in for you as well.
Look at that, though. The 0-2 of Corey Bunch. 2nd car back on that outside lane. You know, he's fast and he's up front now. We'll have to see. But also the 24, Garrett Walden, I'm sure he would love to get a win here and secure himself into the playoffs.
Absolutely. He's sitting 8th right now in pretty good shape, regardless of what happens here, especially with multiple people around that cut line having issues this evening.
I think we're about to see some real hard racing here. Pace lights are off on the pace car. We'll see it dip down into pit lane. There it goes. Green flag is out once again. Oh, looks like a bit of a troubled start there. They're able to keep it going. Looks like the 24 is going to secure the P1 position, though, off of that restart. 0-1 Bennett. Oh, into the wall. See people racing hard. There's 3-4 wide behind them. 92's filtering back. 68 of Buccino's looking to get up front here. We see him battling hard behind. Buccino on the inside of the 01, battling for the second position. 24 Waldron still out front. 2 laps to go. See some cars getting loose behind. Still green flag. Oh, yellow flag is out. So close to the white flag. Oh,
Man.
Walden's got to just be heartbroken right now. He saw it. It was within his sights for that white flag one more time around.
That is exactly what Garrett Walden did not want to see. He was doing a fantastic job of holding both of those guys, Corey Bunch and Buccino off. And that's not what he wanted to see now with those two guys beside him and in his rear view mirror.
Yeah, that was just, wow. Whew. Some crazy racing right there. There was so much going on. It was hard to keep up with. I see the 92 fell back quite a few positions, but let's go back and see what brought out the caution. Ooh, looks like they're already happening up there. Looks like them back up a little. 92. Oh gosh, they all moved on the scoring time. I'm sorry. All right. Looks like, okay, they're getting 3 wide here going into the corner. 46 backs out. Oh, 92 tags the 40 a bit. Tags the 36. They keep going. Oh, and blinking with the 36. He blinked out of existence and back in.
Yeah, and unfortunate there for the 81 of Josh Hall. Another playoff driver, folks, that's in that orange area. This is remarkable. I'm going to run it down for you. Josh Hall, Josh Mueller, Derek De Silva, Walt Lipicki, all in that fight for the playoffs. And of course, Sharn Hill not making the call tonight. None of those guys are above 16th position right now.
Take a look on board here. Hall. Car goes away and destroyed. I tell you, it is scary to have someone blinking around you while you're racing. I can talk from experience.
Absolutely. It certainly is. Now, Drafty, that did shake up the field. Travis Burton, Travis Bennett, Devin Zimmerman, all also down pit road. Interesting move there with this green-white checkered to come.
Yeah, I see Walden also down pit road. So Buccino will be our race leader. Going to our second attempt at a green-white checkered.
And I'm not shocked at all to see Devin Buccino and Corey Bunch on the front row for this green-white checkered. I mean, how amazing did that play out?
Right. This is gonna be good.
Certainly is indeed. Devin Buccino, folks, has won the last 4 races here in the SCSRA series across all of the series. So keep that in mind. Corey Bunch, 3 starts this season, 2 wins. Battle of the Goliaths here in this final green-white checkered flag.
All right, pace lights are off. Pace car will dip down pit lane. Next time by, we will hopefully get a conclusion to this race here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. I'm looking forward to these two side by side on the start. I think these two are gonna be racing hot and heavy from when this green flag drops. That's for sure.
I would agree.
Here we go, coming out of turn 4. We will see the pace car dip down pit lane. There it goes. And here we go again, Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Green flag is out. Not a great start for the 02. Good start for the 68. Able to tuck right around in front of the 02.
Really nice start there by the 68 of Butchino. Is now Justin Parham right behind those two. Very, very loose, but the race focus is all going to be on these two yellow cars up front here coming down the stretch to the white flag.
Ooh. Bunch looking to the outside. The 19 sneaking in there. Oh, what a run from the 19. Oh, yellow flag is out again. Looks like most of the field up here looks to be intact. I didn't see anything. It wasn't too wide of a shot. Let's see. I see Shane King and Devin Zimmerman involved. Let's see what happens here. Ew. I don't know if the 60 got loose or something, but it comes right down the track into the 36. That is unfortunate.
Unfortunate for sure. Got to believe that's going to put an end to the 36 of Devin Zimmerman's evening, unfortunately. But fortunately for Zimmerman, he's still in a pretty good spot to make the playoffs. He'll give it another shot next week.
And that was hard contact with the wall with Zimmerman there. Now, this is going to be our last green-white checkered attempt, correct?
I believe so. 3 and 3 only. So what that means, folks, is if there is another caution before these guys take the white flag, the race will be final. So the leader at that moment when the caution drops will be your winner. And if that stays the way it is right now, that would be the 02 of Corey Bunch, who just made the pass on the 68 not long before that caution came out once again. Drafty, I definitely want to see these guys finish under green.
Me too. It's been some good racing. We'll have to see how these boys want to finish. If they want to give each other space, if they're going to run hard, we'll have to see. It's the last laps. You know, I can't blame them for trying to fight for every inch.
Absolutely. We've also seen a lot of guys getting loose on exit of the corners, and that last caution was just another example of that one. Unfortunately, 9th caution tonight, 8 cautions due to accident. That's definitely by far the most we've seen in this season.
Definitely.
Tina Miller in the chat says not happy. Just watched her man Devin Zimmerman there. Heavy contact and done for the evening. We feel that, Tina. We feel that all too well. We've been there as fans and drivers.
My lights are off on the iRacing.com pace car. And do you know what that means, Josh?
What's it mean, Drafty?
Means next time by going green flag racing. We are going to
Let's
get a
go.
conclusion to this race.
One way or another, we will. And check it out. One quick note, Matthew Fritz sitting third. I called it out, right?
Yes, you did. I'm right up here, right in the action. You know who else is up here right in the action? The 72 of Matt Baynes.
That's right. Fought back all the way back.
And a good
Really nice race tonight.
good spot to restart on this green-white checkered. Ooh, I'm excited for this. A little bit nervous. I want to see it finish under green. I know these guys can do it. There's some good racing, though, here tonight. Green flag is out. Here we go. Last time here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 02 Corey Bunch, great start, gets out in front right away, but right behind. 72 Matt Baynes looking to run on the outside, maybe get that P3 position. They're side by side there. Looks like Fritz will get ahead. Baynes looking to hopefully tuck down inside there, keep going. Bunch off to a great jump over Butchino here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He jumped off like a rocket. Has this pretty well in hand as of right now.
Got about 0.2 separating the leader in second place, up to 0.3 now. We will get a white flag. 1 lap to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. The 02 of Corey Bunch still ahead. Devin Butchino right on his tail. He's got to make the move. He's got to give it everything he's got. Going into 3, still about a car and a half back. As we see them all now serpentining down the backstretch, trying to break that draft. 0.2 difference between first and second going into the corner. Can Butchino...
Go ahead.
I was say, can Butchino get it done? Still about 0.2, isn't gaining, coming off of 4, almost hits the wall. The 02 down to down the front stretch and across the finish line, and our winner here tonight at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the 02 of Corey Bunch.
A good race there, and I'm glad we got to see it finish under green. That's always a lot more exciting. Corey Bunch, he got a couple timely cautions when he wasn't really able to make up positions as quickly as he needed, put himself in a good place to win, and gets his 3rd victory of the season in just his 4th start. Drafty, if this guy decides to come back full-time next season, everyone better look out.
I agree. He is a heck of a wheelman. He dominated a lot of this race. He came back from so far. He got a lucky caution from when he had to pit under green. That just kept him in the action the whole race.
Everything worked out for him, and that's sometimes how it has to go in racing. Let's take a brief look at the results while Corey Bunch celebrates, and then we'll have post-race interviews for you as always. Corey Bunch again gets the win. Devin Butchino in the 68 finishes in 2nd place. Matthew Fritz in the 29 brings home 3rd. Matt Baynes in the 72 brought home 4th. Nice top 5 there. Michael Lepicki, great run out of him tonight. He brings home 5th. Jay Stinson worked all the way up to 6th. Ryan Gomes finished 7th. Chase Greer finished 8th. Josh Hall brought home 9th. Good recovery there from the 81. Garrett Walden brought home 10th. And Drafty, take us through the rest.
All right, Derek Cat in the 39 is going to finish in 11th place, and coming in 12th will be Josh Mueller in the 26. In the 01, Travis Bennett will come in 13th place. In 14th will be the 16 of Derek De Silva. Shane King in the 60 will be 15th place. And in P16, the 92 of Travis Burton. Walt Lepicki in the 56 coming in 17th place. And Justin Parham in 18th. Coming in 19th is going to be the 36 of Devin Zimmerman. And 20th will be the 84 of D. Wright. And rounding out tonight's field in 21st, the 44 of Joe Irwin.
Right on, folks. That is how they finished here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway for race 9. Let's not waste any time here, and let's get with our third place finisher, the 29 of Matthew Fritz. Matthew, Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Yes, sir.
Man, what a heck of a run from you tonight. We saw you up front. We saw you have to come back from the very back. You battled all the way through it. How does it feel to pull out a third place finish tonight after a wild one?
Oh, it feels good. I've never been that mad in my life before, so I think I drove off. I think what Kyle Busch says, when you drive mad, you drive better. So maybe yeah. I was surprised. Car had good speed in it. I gotta thank my teammates for keeping me calm, and yeah.
Absolutely. Well, if you want to share with us, what was it that made you mad?
I feel like I just got straight up dumped by the 44. He decided to run on me in the back straightaway for 3 times, and then the corner. It was Netco, but he was still coming down, and so he took the blame for it. So that was just not clean racing. That's what I try to do, and yeah, I didn't appreciate it too much.
That's fair, man. I mean, I made a call at one point during the race how quickly you were moving up, and then your lap times, and I said, unfortunately, you're going to watch this back and be like, oh, broadcaster's curse. But I had just mentioned, if Matthew Fritz catches a timely caution, look out, because he's moving fast through the field. Unfortunately, that was the exact same time that the caution was brought out that you were involved in. But really, really fun to watch you maneuver through this field tonight. You got yourself in a really nice position for the playoffs, potentially moving it up now to the 4th spot, which is good. Are you looking ahead now to playoffs, or is there still unfinished business coming back next week?
Oh, I love Texas. I like to go out there and get in their top 5, and maybe a win. I need some playoff points. Everybody's Devin's racking the playoff points up, so I like to get some playoff points before the playoffs start.
That's right. He certainly is. He narrowly missed his 4th victory of the season, but nevertheless, we'll let you go celebrate this 3rd place finish. But anyone you'd like to thank or shout out this evening?
I gotta thank my mom, my dad, and my grandmother for watching my mom's business on the car. I gotta thank my teammates Chase, Jay, and Justin Parham, and Joey's not here. And I gotta thank you guys for doing a great job.
Right on. Appreciate it, man. Good job once again. Fun to watch your race. And we'll see you back here at Texas next week.
Yes, sir.
Once again, folks, that was your 3rd place finisher, the 29 of Matthew Fritz. Moving right along, we're going to talk to the guy that we speak with basically every week, it feels like, and the boss man himself. Devin, this is Joshua up in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
I got you, brother.
Devin, we're talking to you again. Seems like it's almost an every post-race show type of thing. You barely missed out on your 4th victory of the season. What were your thoughts there, as it was just one caution after another to set up the 3 green, white checkers tonight?
Well,
to be blunt, I don't really have anything nice to say right now. To be honest with you, you know, you can only see so much from the broadcast and then on the track. And I had you know, I love racing hard with Bennett, and I just had a gut feeling that if I were to clear him with a handful of laps to go, that a certain someone would have a very timely caution. I said it 20 laps to go. I cleared him for the lead after battling for 20 laps. The caution came out and our race was over. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't have much nice to say right now, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna leave it at that. Need to cool down a little bit because I'm not trying to go crazy on the broadcast, but man, it was good racing up until then, and then it just kind of. You like a league that has integrity, and I think we lost a little bit of that today with that very timely, egregious caution. If you know which one I'm talking about, so just ruined our race, man. I love racing with Bennett. We race each other hard, clean. We did it for 15 laps, cleared them. Caution came out, and then you know, race was over. So
All right. Yeah, for sure. Understandably frustrated. The 68 of Devin Butchino. We'll keep it short with you. Anyone you'd like to thank or shout out this evening, sir?
I'd like to thank you guys. Appreciate what you guys do. I'm sorry. Just if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I'm going to plead the fifth here tonight. But I appreciate you guys a ton. I just want to thank Dev Sports Cards, Level Up Subs, New Craft Fine Jewelry and Design. Thank you guys. I'm sorry. I do apologize. But
No
I look-
need to
I look
apologize,
forward to,
man. Frustration is part of
Yeah.
racing. It is perfectly okay. Every one of the viewers will understand that. We certainly understand that as racers ourselves. But enjoy the second place finish. Still a good one. Set up nicely for playoffs, and we'll see you back next week at Texas.
Yeah, thank you guys. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you as well. All right. That was Devin Butchino. Some drama here in this race, some frustration down the stretch with this race for sure. Let's talk to our winner now. For the third time this season in 4 starts, we are talking to your winner, the O2 of Corey Bunch.
Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. I didn't think that was, I thought I was out of it. I legit thought I was going to be out of it, finish in the top 10 and then done. But yeah, that's 4 for 4.
Yeah, man. That's pretty wild. We were speculating down the stretch there. You didn't decide to pit with the rest of the field. My broadcast partner was talking about how it could potentially work out for you, and lo and behold, it definitely played into your hands. Now, the one thing that we did think might have finished you off per se is you pit then again with the rest of the field on that caution that eventually set up that first green white checkered. Then you know, you came out fourth after probably what was just fuel and maybe right side tires, but ultimately it all works in your favor. You get to celebrate in victory lane with the champagne once again. How's it feel, man?
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I mean, just you know, I was literally telling Travis and Garrett, I was like, well, I guess the streak's over. I was like, but it's okay. I led my laps. I won my stage. I was like, I'm just content where I'm at. And then there was an unnecessary caution that came out that caused all that because I really thought that either the win could either been between Travis, Garrett, and Devin. But yeah, I guess there was like a caution that was just unnecessary that happened, and you know, just hate it for the to be finished out like that. You have like these green white checkers and stuff, but we had like one set of tires, and I was like, well, I got nothing to lose, so I just took right size, took just enough fuel, and then went out and I ended up beating the 68 off pits, and I was like, oh, I'm back in this, and then had that restart. And I think what it was is Travis and Garrett, they got squirrely, I guess, in their old tires that took them out. And then the second green white checkered, I was able to pass Butchino on the outside just before the caution came out, which another unnecessary one in my opinion. But and then just the race to the finish, and I just glad just to have enough fuel to be able to finish it out because I think I was like 0.6 when I crossed the start finish line, so it all worked out pretty good. But yeah, it's good to go ahead and try to end this on a high note and get this 02 Goodyear Ford Mustang back in victory lane.
Absolutely, man. I gotta apologize to you and our viewers. I've been misspeaking. I've been saying 3 starts and 2 wins, but you were right when you joined in. You said 4 for 4, 4 starts, 4 wins, unreal. But Corey, we're gonna let you go. Enjoy this one, celebrate, and maybe we'll see you at Texas for win number 5, possibly.
If Texas is good weather enough, I might show up. We'll see. I've been kind of missing more. I'm just cherry picking here and there because I've had other commitments going on. But I might show up for Texas. We'll see. But I just gotta thank you all for broadcasting the race. I gotta thank for the Devin in the league as well. It's just been fun running. I was even having fun running with 10th with Lipicki and Zimmerman and all that. It was fun just slipping and sliding and all that. So it was a lot of fun. And like I said, I partake in this just to race and have fun. That's all. That's all that matters to me. So, but I mean, hey, any wins I could get, I'll take it. But I appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good night, sir. Thanks for talking to us. Once again, folks, that was your winner, the 02 of Corey Bonch, 4 for 4 on the season. Drafty, we'll make it quick, but what is your takeaway kind of from the emotions that we sensed kind of throughout all of those post-race interviews and now going into Texas?
Devin was apologizing for it, but I think it's kind of exciting. It had a bit of exciting to it. There was some good hard racing from everybody. I think everyone, we're getting close to the end of the regular season and into the playoffs. Everyone was fighting hard. I'm excited to see what the points look like next week because there was definitely some big shakeups tonight, and yeah, I'm excited to see the points next week and see how the racing plays out and all that.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see how that plays out as well. Good race tonight, folks. Next Wednesday, we'll be back for the final regular season race in the SCSRA series at Texas Motor Speedway. That will be a good one. We're going to close it out here. We'll be back next Tuesday, or I'll be back next Tuesday with race 3 of the top tier Trish's Learning Center Gen 6 series. And for everyone here at the SCSRA, us at Royalty Racing Network, SM Racing Products, Majestic Promotional and Racing branded apparel, and Dev Sports Cards, we'd like to thank you for tuning into our broadcast. We hope you enjoyed it, and have a good evening. Good night.